Welcome everyone to the Dansports.tips MLB Daily Fantasy Preview. I'm just going to quickly run through what we're going to do today. The way the show will run is I will go through pitchers, I'll go through the recommended stacks that you should have in your lineup to maximise your potential point scoring today, your foundation players that you should be building the foundation of your lineup upon, and some value plays that you might be able to pick up for a cheaper amount of money that will score you some points as well. I don't like to spend a lot of money on the catcher position, basically because catcher I don't think is a premium position where it's worth paying it up. You don't get the steals, you don't tend to get as much production from that position, and we like to try and target obviously pitchers with strikeouts and hitters at the top of the lineup, because by nature as the lineup recycles they get more opportunities and therefore more potential to score points for you. With that, let's get on to today's action. Okay, let's start with our quick review of yesterday. We had some good calls. Wilson Ramos at catcher for Washington went 4 for 4 with an RBI. Ryan Zimmerman for Washington went 2 for 3 with a double, 3 runs and an RBI. He only set you back 3,900. Ramos was 3,300. And we also had Daniel Murphy from Washington for 4,100. 2 for 2 with a 2-run shot. JD Martinez for Detroit, decent call, 2 for 4 with a homer. Eric Hosmer for Kansas City at first base. You can see we did well at first base yesterday, was 4,300. He went 3 for 4 with a run. And Carl Seager for Seattle, I put him up as well. He went 1 for 2, scored 2 runs and had a walk. The bad calls, the stack didn't work out yesterday. We had JD Martinez, who was a good call, but Miggy let us down. They combined to only go 2 for 7 with a home run and a walk. Robinson Cano we put up at second base, he went 0 for 4. Chris Bryant, you paid up big for him at third base, he went 0 for 4. Xander Bogaerts only went 1 for 4 at shortstop. Did have a run, an RBI and a walk. Bryce Harper only 1 for 3 with 2 walks for a big price tag in the outfield for Washington. And our pitchers, Sonny Gray and Aaron Nola, neither of them got the win. You only got your 6 strikeouts for 9,600 for Gray. You did get 9 for 8,500 with Nola, but I'd put him in as a bad call anyway. Stack of the day today, the one that I like, I'm looking for left-handed power against Jeff Samaja at Coors Field. He's a fly ball pitcher. He pitches to contact in recent years. That didn't play well at US Cellular Field last year with the White Sox. It isn't going to play well at Coors today. Charlie Blackmon, left-handed outfielder. Carlos Gonzalez, left-handed outfielder. They're 4,600 apiece. You stack those two in your lineup today, you aren't going to struggle. I did look at sort of Boston stacks and Cleveland stacks as well with their respective matchups. But I decided just to put the one up today, and I think Blackmon and Carlos Gonzalez is definitely the way to go. I think there's an obvious pitcher at the top of the market to take today, and it's Noah Syndergaard of the New York Mets. He's 10,400. He had 9 strikeouts in 6 innings, shutting out the World Championship Royals in his first game. He does have to navigate a tough Marlins ballpark lineup, but he's in a great ballpark to do so. He's got a fantastic record at Citi Field. Noah Syndergaard, for me, is the top pitching option today. There are a couple that I looked at value plays. Robbie Erlin of San Diego, 7,100, gets the light-hitting Phillies. He isn't exactly a strikeout artist. He did only have 2 in 3.2 innings of relief in his last matchup, but this looks a favourable lineup to be pitching against. The park isn't fantastic, obviously, for a pitcher, but Robbie Erlin's looked good in the work he's done in spring and the 1 relief outing so far. The other one that I thought you could look at if you really want to shop in the bargain bin, Kendall Graveman of Oakland. It's 5,200. He has got low strikeout numbers again, but Los Angeles are not ranking well in runs scored. They are struggling to hit. There's no protection in that lineup for Pujols and Trout, and Oakland's a great pitcher's park, and Kendall Graveman for 5,200 today could give you a decent return on that price tag. Our foundation players for today. I've started off at first base. I've gone with Big Puppy again, David Ortiz. Left-handed in a nice park against a right-handed pitcher in Mike Wright, who has an ERA over 6 last year. Ortiz, in his 2 plate appearances, I know it's a small sample size, he is 2 for 2 with a home run off of Wright, and I think Puppy will be solid at first base today. Second baseman, Daniel Murphy, also qualifies at third for Washington. 4,000 4,200. He's pitching. Facing the pitcher Julie Chassin of who's obviously been in Colorado. I believe he was in Arizona for a little bit last year. He's been struggling with injury for the last couple of years. Murphy's having a great year so far. He's 3 for 9 in his career off of Shaheen, and I feel that he's going to continue to roll in that matchup tonight. My third baseman is Adrian Beltre of Texas, 4,400. It isn't a great park for power. It is a nice matchup with the suspect Wade Miley. Beltre has started the year hitting the ball well, and Beltre should hopefully provide us with at least a couple of hits tonight. Shortstop, I've gone with Brandon Crawford of San Francisco. I like to oppose pitchers. Their second start back after Tommy John surgery. Chatwood looked very good his first start. He is a ground ball pitcher, but he allowed 3 home runs the last time he faced these Giants, and it caused... Crawford's got on the record of hitting 357 off of Chatwood. Even if he doesn't go yard, I think he should get some hits off of a pitcher that could struggle after his initial success with his first start returning from the surgery. In the outfield, I've gone with Nelson Cruz of Seattle. He's 4,700. He hits 375 with a home run off of Derek Holland. It isn't a great park for power. Obviously, you see the splits with, I think, 17 of the 44 home runs that Cruz hit last year were at Safeco Field. Holland's ERA is better at Safeco Field, but he did struggle against Seattle with a 7.13 ERA in his 3 starts last year. And he does allow close to 2 home runs per 9 innings pitched, so he does leave the ball there to be hit out, even in a tough park like the Safe. My value players today at catcher, I've gone with Chris Iannetta of Seattle. He's only 3,200. He's hitting 364 this year. He gets Derek Holland, who he's hitting 368 off of, and as I say, Holland, although it's not a great park for power hitters, is a pitcher that does allow home runs. At first base, I've gone with Luis Valbuena of Houston. He also qualifies at third base. He's 3,600. He's facing a right-handed pitcher in Chris Medlin, which is what you'd look for. Medlin is a ground ball pitcher, which kind of tempers the enthusiasm a little bit for Valbuena and the likes of Colby Rasmus, the other Houston hitters that are left-handed today. However, Medlin's 4.01 ERA in his only season in the American League last year against Valbuena's 25 home runs. I think Valbuena is a decent play for the price tag at first base. Second baseman, he also qualifies at third base. Brock Holt of the Boston Red Sox, 3,400. The lefty, he gets right-handed pitcher Mike Wright, who had a 6+ ERA last year, and Brock Holt is hitting 412 with two home runs this year. Brock Holt is swinging a good bat at the moment, and I think we want to ride that train while it lasts. My third baseman is Mike Moustakas of Kansas City, 3,900. Now, Mike Fiers allowed 2 home runs and 2 home runs of the 5 earned runs he allowed in 5 innings pitched against New York. He has decent numbers in the park, but I'm going to play Moustakas tonight. My shortstop, Francisco Lindor of Cleveland, 3,700. The right, he gets to face the inconsistent left-hander Matt Moore. Moore's yet to show any consistency, really, and Lindor is 5 for 15 this year, and there is also potential for steals because I think Hank Conger's going to catch tonight, and he's not very good at throwing out runners. I think Cleveland could have a heyday on the base paths. If you want to load up with Indians and take the chance that there will be, as I say, an Indian stack of maybe Lindor and even Carlos Santana, somebody like that could be decent. My outfielder for the value place today is Carlos Beltran of the New York Yankees. He's 2 for 3 off of Aaron Sanchez. It's a small sample size, I know. He'll set you back 3,900. He is hitting fairly well this year, 294 with 2 homers, and Beltran looks a solid play for me today. Games I would avoid today, as I say, there's the little bit of a drawback with Houston's hitters because Chris Medlin is an extreme ground ball pitcher. That might play well for him, even though it is a nice hitter's ballpark. The same can be said of Chatwood. If you don't think he's going to be affected by the Tommy John surgery, as I say, it's normally the second start when they come back and they struggle a little bit, then Chatwood's a ground ball pitcher that has good numbers at cores, and that might not play so well for the San Francisco hitters. Best of luck with your lineups today. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day.